evening visitors. Right now we have the Atlantic Huron departing through the Duluth Ship Canal. The Atlantic Huron was built as the Prairie Harvest in 1984 by the Collingwood Shipyards Company of Collingwood, Ontario, Canada. What y'all just heard there is known as the Captain's Salute, which is a traditional greeting between the ships and the bridge. The ship initiates the greeting with one long blast followed by two short blasts, and the bridge responds with the same thing. The Atlantic Huron measures 736 feet in length, 76 feet in width, and 46 feet in depth. She is powered by a single 11,000 horsepower six-cylinder Sulzer diesel engine, which gives her a top speed of 15 knots or about 17 miles per hour. She is also equipped with a 1,000 horsepower bow thruster to aid her maneuverability in port. The Atlantic Huron has 17 hatches on her deck, which open into 5 cargo holds located below deck. Each hatch covering measures 46 by 11 feet. She has a maximum carrying capacity of 34,900 tons. Above her deck is a 262-foot self-unloading boom, which allows her to load her own cargo at a rate of 6,600 tons per hour without the aid of shoreside equipment. The Atlantic Huron is owned by Canada Steamship Lines Incorporated of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and operated by Eco-Americ Canada Incorporated. The Atlantic Huron was originally designed to make deliveries in the Great Lakes and the Atlantic, which explains her name. She was built for $35 million, and she was equipped with a bulbous bow for ice breaking and more efficient travel through the oceans. She had 3 names over the years: Prairie Harvest, Melvin H. Baker, and Atlantic Huron. This is the second time she's had her current name. Originally built as a straight deck bulker, meaning she didn't have a self-unloading system, she was converted to a self-unloader in 1988 by Collingwood Shipyards. She has made trips to the Gulf of Mexico, Venezuela, the Bahamas, and Newfoundland. She's currently on her way out today empty after unloading salt at Hallet 8. I believe they loaded that salt in Windsor, Ontario. They are now on their way empty to Silver Bay to load iron ore pellets, which they will be, I believe, delivering that to Quebec City. So once again, we have the Atlantic Huron departing through the Duluth Ship Canal. She was built in 1984, measures 736 feet in length, 76 feet in width, and 46 feet in depth, has a maximum carrying capacity of 34,900 tons, owned by Canada Steamship Lines Incorporated, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and she's currently on her way out today empty after unloading salt at Hallet 8, and they will head up to Silver Bay to load iron ore pellets up there. If you see any crew members on deck, give them a good wave and wish them a safe trip. And of course, right behind her we have the Arthur Anderson, which I'll be reading some info about as soon as she comes through the canal here. Good evening once again. Now we have the Arthur M. Anderson departing through the Duluth Ship Canal. Pretty convenient that both of these ships have their names starting with A, so it's pretty easy to flip the pages. The Arthur M. Anderson was built in 1952 by the American Shipbuilding Company in Lorain, Ohio. She measures 767 feet in length, 70 feet in width, and 36 feet in depth. She is powered by a 7,700 horsepower Westinghouse steam turbine engine, which gives her a top speed of 13 knots or about 15 miles per hour. She is also equipped with bow and stern thrusters to aid her maneuverability in port. The Arthur M. Anderson has 23 hatches on her deck, with each measuring 46 by 11 feet, which open into 5 cargo holds located below deck. She has a maximum carrying capacity. is a traditional greeting we hear at the bridge as well. The ship initiates the greeting with 3 long blasts followed by 2 short blasts, and the bridge responds with the same thing. As I was saying here, the Anderson is powered by a 7,700 horsepower Westinghouse steam turbine engine, which gives her a top speed of 13 knots, or about 15 miles per hour. She is also equipped with the bow and stern thrusters to aid her maneuverability in port. The Arthur M. Anderson has 23 hatches on her deck, which open into 5 cargo holds located below deck. She has maximum carrying capacity of 25,300 tons. Above her deck is a 250-foot self-unloading boom, which allows her to load her own cargo at a rate of 6,700 tons per hour without the aid of shoreside equipment. The Anderson is owned by the Canadian National Railway of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and she's operated by Great Lakes Fleet Incorporated and Key Lakes Incorporated of Duluth. The Anderson is famous for being the last vessel to have visual radar and radio contact with the MS Fitzgerald just before the Fitzgerald sank in a squall 17 miles northwest of Whitefish Point in Lake Superior on November 10, 1975. Her captain reported the Fitzgerald missing to the Coast Guard and assisted in their search for her. She found the remains of 2 of the Fitzgerald's lifeboats the next day on November 11th. The Anderson was named after the director of U.S. Steel and vice chairman of the J.P. Morgan and Company at the time she was built. She was one of 3 AAA class ships built for the Pittsburgh Steamship Division of U.S. Steel. The other 2 vessels with Philip R. Clark and Jason J. Calloway still serve with the Anderson to this day. She made her main voyage to 2 Harbors, Minnesota in August of 1952, where she loaded iron ore. The Arthur M. Anderson is also on its way out empty today. They just unloaded limestone at Hallett 5 dock. They loaded that limestone in Port Dolomite or Cedarville, Michigan on the UP. They are now heading empty to 2 Harbors, Minnesota to load iron ore pellets. The Anderson is a great example of what we call the classic Great Lakes freighter, where it has a pilot house up front. The Atlantic Huron that came through first is a more modern ship. That's how you can kind of tell the difference between if a ship is older or not on the Great Lakes. A lot of the ships today on the oceans and the Great Lakes built today have pilot houses at the aft or back stern end of the vessel. Once again, we have the Arthur M. Anderson. They just departed through the Duluth Ship Canal, built in 1952. Measures 767 feet in length, 70 feet in width, and 36 feet in depth. Maximum carrying capacity of 25,300 tons. Owned by the Canadian National Railway and operated by Great Lakes Fleet Incorporated and Key Lakes Incorporated.